According to Corey, South Carolina is not in the South. South Carolina is east.
The fucking line from South doesn't go straight down.
Los Angeles in the South too.
He said that Florida is east. Florida is
He also
east.
said South Carolina
Is Florida east? Is Georgia east?
Let me tell you. Hold on. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yo.
Think about the north-south.
South.
He said if you're under the arrow of south, that means you're south. But where he's fucked up at is that horizontal, that vertical line isn't the line that divides north and south. It's the line that divides what? East and west.
Yeah. Wait. I wasn't talking about a vertical line. So everything is south of something, right? So if
you draw a horizontal line across the U.S.,
south of New York,
if you draw horizontal line across the middle of the U.S., nigga, everything under that shit is south. This nigga is wilding.
Dude, that's not.
So is Georgia the south or the east? Is Florida the south or the east?
Georgia's the east.
So is Florida
the east.
So is Texas the south?
Yes.
Texas is big as fuck, nigga. It doesn't just line to that line.
That's East Texas.
El Paso is almost to California, so that may not qualify as south. All right, because El Paso actually touches.
What kind of geographic joke?
Listen, I don't know.
I just happen to know geography. I just happen to know the El Paso.
Bro,
I know the El Paso touches fucking California.
No. All right. Well, first off, it don't touch California.
It's too close.
It's two whole fucking states, and you ain't got it.
Pull it up.
It's two whole fucking states, nigga.
Corey.
El Paso is closer to California than it is to Houston.
But it don't.
I agree with that.
Corey.
No, it's not.
El Paso
Hey,
is
Corey.
fucking closer to
Corey,
California.
the people can't hear your argument.
No.
Hey, El Paso is closer to California than it is to Houston.
No, your argument is that South Carolina isn't the South.
You got to go through Arizona and New Mexico to get the fucking California.
Hey, y'all got to give me some niggas in here that knew how to.
All right, let's break it down. Corey, you saying that South Carolina is not the South?
South Carolina.
All right, give him 30 seconds. Why is South Carolina not the South?
So I'm an intelligent guy, and I just know geographical definitions. So I know north, south, east, and west, right? So when we have a rectangle, we have a north, a south, a east, and a west.
Where you drawing that rectangle?
I'm sorry. 30 seconds. So now, if we took those directions and superimposed them on the United States, then right underneath the fucking E, which is east, would be fucking North Carolina, South Carolina. So you can't be right underneath the E and then talk about you in the South. You fucking east, nigga. Just be east. Stop trying to be Southern.
Are they Southern though?
No, they're south of fucking Virginia.
Let me ask you, are they more northern than Southern? Would you say? Do they act more like me or more like you?
Are you asking more more?
Are you saying more similar to a northern person or a southern person?
They're we're talking
like culture.
We're talking culture and shit. I would say that they're different. They're not like it's not like being
30 seconds is up, man.
No, nigga, no. He has to follow a question.
I have to follow a question.
So no, they're not it's not like being in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? This shit's different. It's its own thing. Let it be your own thing, nigga. Be east and be your own thing.
Okay. So hold on. I just want to say something real quick though, right?
All right.
We keep going back to this down north, south, east, west line. Right?
Well,
the legend or the compass rose, if we want to be, because niggas say he's smart, right? So he the only one that's smart.
The smartest.
But okay. So if we go with that legend, right?
The smartest.
Right?
Yes.
And you got a horizontal line on that shit, excuse me, that way, and you got a vertical line on that
For
shit.
certain.
Right?
Okay.
The S does fall under the horizontal line, the vertical line. Mm-hmm. But that's not the line that divides north and south.
Okay, cool.
It's the horizontal line that divides.
Right. And
so anything that's under that horizontal line,
got you.
It's fucking south.
Right. So
by definition.
All right, cool.
It has nothing to do with that vertical line.
I want to ask a quick rebuttal, and then I want you to respond to it. So what my man said is he wants to split a rectangle, which is the United States, in half, and he said anything in the top half is north, anything in the bottom half is south. So by that logic, Arizona, San Diego, Los Angeles are southern cities. Does anyone think any of those places are?
They're southwest.
Man, stop it.
They're southwest.
LA is not southwest. LA is not the southwest.
Let him.
Yes.
Yo,
Like,
hold,
on.
Al. I know. Hold on. Let me just check him. Al, if you want to get on, nigga, we got an extra mic. Otherwise, go in the fucking bathroom.
So,
All right, go ahead.
so the other thing is when we talk about this shit from the U.S. standpoint and
Yes, sir.
culture,
Uh-huh.
the reason why we're saying the South is because then when it was North and South, it was nothing to the fucking West.
So
There was nothing at the West.
So
Corey, let him finish, Corey.
It all, and that's why we don't call South Carolina the Southeast. We just call it the South.
All right, so my response to that is, I don't ever regurgitate like the opinions of people who didn't know, right? So just because motherfuckers at that time didn't know that there was shit to the west of that, and they came up with a dumbass idea to divide this shit. Wait, let me talk. I don't regurgitate the opinions of people who didn't know. So whoever Mason and Dixon was, they didn't know that there was a whole fucking other world of shit out there, and they just tried to divide this shit up into two places. I in 2022 would not regurgitate that uninformed opinion.
Nigga,
I don't know what
But
All right, let Joe get in.
Right now, you're literally doing that because below Louisiana is Central America.
There's nothing below Louisiana. The Gulf of Mexico is below Louisiana. It's a body of water. The Gulf of Mexico.
And there's a whole other continent.
We're talking about the United States, though. We're not talking
at that time.
Now your frame of reference is
Yo, you gotta go one at a
I mean South United States, nigga. I ain't talking about South of the world. I ain't talking about
At
South
that
Pole.
time, when they did the Mason-Dixon line,
That
was the
I know you don't believe
I
this.
don't give a
Actually,
shit.
you think you just joking.
How, Sway?
You can't be that. You can't be that
Hey,
uninformed.
you ever seen niggas fight so hard to be from some shit they ain't from? Like,
So-
god damn, just
let
be
me-
East, nigga.
So when
Be
you say,
East.
okay, so how about this? When you say, let's take a turn for it. When you say follow somebody else, be East. Who did Louisiana follow? Who was the first person to secede from the Union?
God
Historically speaking, we seceded from the Union,
talking
and then
about-
you followed us.
we
So
talking-
you're a follower.
We're
Are
talking
you a
about
follower?
we're talking about
Are you a
geography.
follower?
This is a
Are
geographical
you, no,
conversation.
I'm talking about Southern culture. Are you a follower or not? Because we did it first.
Joe,
Start.
South
You're not
Carolina's
answering the question.
South Carolina's a shit state, okay?
You didn't.
All right?
And Louisiana's below us in education.
Stop it. You're in a shit state. No
Next.
one in their
Next.
right mind has ever took a trip to South Carolina.
Charleston.
So
Charleston. Number one side.
Has any nigga in the room ever been on vacation in South Carolina? The answer is no.
is Louisiana South?
Duh. We're right. Yeah, obviously, yes.
What y'all got besides New Orleans?
We got
Nothing.
No, hold on.
we got
hold on.
the number 10 team in the country right now, baby. Them Tigers.
You talking about them niggas that just got blown out?
Yeah.
I got a
Obviously, we did with number
motherfucking
10. Your school ain't number 10.
If you split the United States in a rectangle and divide it,
Uh-huh.
does Louisiana fall right under that line in the
Yeah,
middle?
pretty much. It would have to be that. It would-
It's on the east side of it.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Like, hey, so if you like, so
Also, y'all not number 10, but that we ain't
we are number 10 in the.
y'all
So
number 15. But
no, look up the college football playoff
No, they
rankings.
10.
We're number 10. Thank you.
They number 10.
not according to this.
Because you look at the wrong map. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so let me get back to this. I like this. This is a bad conversation. So yes, so the south, east, and west side is not going to be like one specific spot, right? It's going to be like a cluster, like a range.
So you're
right
trying
there,
to move it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Your frame of
move it,
reference is
nigga.
all off, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
How big is your bubble then?
How big is my bubble? It enough to where it don't touch the other bubble, right? We can divide up in 4 equal parts, right? We can do that, right?
So you said you want to divide the United States into 4 equal parts.
That's 4 directions: north, south,
North,
east, and
south,
west.
that's
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
4. Yes,
Okay, so then let me ask you this: is
Where
New
do you-
York north?
yes.
My question to you.
And it's north east. It's like it might be east. It might be
northeast now.
Wait, it might be east. It might be east. Let me hold on. Let me read the rest of my geography.
I think we just say you northeast.
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Wait.
Thank you very much, sir.
South Carolina, they can't be east.
I said,
I might have misspoke. I'm sorry. Y'all was.
Yeah, that's what.
No.
So,
I might have
all right,
misspoke.
all right,
It's a
slow
lot of-
down,
it's a lot of
slow
dumb
down,
opinions
slow down.
coming at me, so I might have misspoke.
Is New York north?
Or is it east? I'm gonna go with the it's motherfucking.
Hold on, Joe, can a man answer?
So there are places that so if you know math, there are gonna be places that are equal distance north and east. And so in that range we'll have northeast, right?
this nigga said he's the Pythagorean.
Right. So the shit you're talking about is on a 90-degree angle, right? So the shit that falls at 45 degrees is gonna be equal distance north, equal distance east. Right? So that would be northeast, right? So and that's where New York falls. That motherfucker's northeast.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Hey, have really smart.
here's a fun fact. South Carolina is the halfway point between New York and Miami, which makes it southeast by definition, by your definition, because that's the other 45. That's the other 45-degree angle. It's literally the other 40. It's actually the other 45-degree angle. So either you gotta choose your argument then. You gotta choose your argument.
You could be southeast, nigga. You can't be south. I don't give a shit. You can be southeast.
We said we were trying to put qualifiers on it.
No, because first off, Miami's an outlier. So Miami falls outside of the rectangular, definition of what we're trying to follow. But
geometry skills is terrible.
No, my geometry is A1.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Horrible.
Hey.
All right, so then let me ask you this then. What is Chicago? Is Chicago north?
Say, bro, I ain't got the map in front of me right now. The motherfucker feel like it's got to be north, though. Yes.
Or is it mid?
Midwest is what we call that area, right?
It can't be Midwest, my G. First off,
So
it would be Mid-East if it was anything.
So, Corey, are you saying?
Midwest.
Are you saying?
It would be Mid-East.
You put your shit like that. You said slap dab in the middle.
Yeah.
It got to be north. It got to be north.
That's what I'm with.
So everybody from so people from Chicago now.
They're from the north.
Yeah, now from the north.
Yeah, it's cool. And dude, the thing about this is, it's a pointless conversation. Embrace where you from. Embrace your Easternness, nigga. Like, embrace it.
So what are you?
South, bro. I'm a real Southern dude. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, embrace your Easternness, dude. Be like, I'm okay, bro. East side, whatever. You got a gang.
So y'all. So let me get this straight. Y'all don't want to be from the north.
Why?
I'm just asking.
I mean, not really.
Exactly.
No. So you want to be from the south?
I mean, it's just a fact.
Are you conditioned that way?
Or
do y'all think that the south is better than the north?
That's what it
It's
is.
a different culture.
I would say I don't be better or worse. I'm gonna say that's different.
It's just a different
culture. I lived in both.
They think it's cooler. They think it's cooler.
Y'all think it's cooler in the south than the north?
The food is better.
What food though?
Anything you can eat. Anything that's edible, nigga.
No, pizza's
food out
better.
of your mouth.
Pizza's better in the north.
That's you right.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay. So what's the conclusion? Corey, final thought.
Hey, final thought is, if you know geography, if you know north, south, east, and west from geographical terms, you can apply that to any area, right? It doesn't matter. We can apply that to northeast DC, right? We can apply that to whatever, any neighborhood, anything. And those terms are scientific, so they apply to any space. And if you apply those to the United States, South Carolina is right underneath the E, which will make it east by definition.
So let me ask you a question. I got a follow-up question. You're putting that compass right in the middle of the United States, right?
That's what I told him.
Which would be Kansas. Which would be Kansas.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at a map.
Louisiana does not.
And if you actually now, I want you to look at this with me. We're gonna look at it as a team, right? We're gonna look at it as a team. I'm gonna get close to you here. Look. We put that right there in Kansas, right? And you go all the way across. South Carolina still falls under. It still falls under. You see it. I know you see it. I'm gonna go to the host. Host, let me show the host. Host, do you see this?
Would it be closer to the E or the S?
If you put it in middle of Kansas, right? What do you see? It's still under the South.
Joe, Joe, if there was an N,
it's the South.
If there was an N, an E, and an S, and a W on that map, would South Carolina be closer to the N, the E, or the S? If on your map, if there was an N, an E, an S, and a W, would South Carolina be closer to the E or the S?
Oh, it'd be closer to the E.
Okay, all right, cool.
But it's still under.
If there was a problem, what I'm saying, like his whole argument is that it's not fucking mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Y'all right underneath the E. Y'all some East Coast niggas, man. It's East Coast, bro.
East is not.
Go buy some Timbs. Stop trying to wear the Soldier Reeboks, nigga. Go buy some Timbs and be East Coast niggas.
So you're either north or south, and you're either east or west, right?
Not true.
This nigga's trying to
so then,
if
you want to be more specific, that's when you get into southeast, southwest, and all of that.
Joe, y'all been around people from where I'm from, and when you ask them, we've asked people from where I'm from, the South Carolina, the South, they laughed. Nobody from where I'm from.
They say no instantly.
They said no instantly. No one from where I'm from thinks South Carolina is the South.
I actually asked someone independent of him like a couple weeks ago. Because the person just came up.
He asked my mama.
What is Atlanta?
He asked my.
What is Atlanta?
I think they say Georgia's the South. I think.
Georgia's the South.
Okay, so
I know Mississippi. They said Mississippi for
definitely
sure.
the South for sure.
Okay, but I guess the thing about it is Georgia touches the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, absolutely
like South
does.
Carolina.
A part of it, small part of it does.
And there's parts of South Carolina that is on top of Georgia, right? Literally on top of Georgia.
They cross lines.
So like
Savannah,
right?
But Corey, are you saying at some point it divides?
I'm saying
he's got an arbitrary line that doesn't make any sense.
What I'm trying to say is that line, you're either north or south.
Yeah.
Like east doesn't oppose south.
Hey,
it's north or south,
hey,
east and west.
All I'm gonna say is this for the listeners: South Carolina is as south as Los Angeles. And when you put it that way, then nobody fucking agrees with you.
Well, number one,
Because they're literally in the same place on opposite sides of the rectangle. Yes, they are.
All right.
Like, look, I can
Look it up.
give you the
Look it up.
latitude.
Yeah.
It's
Look at
so,
motherfucker.
thank you. That's what I was just about to say. LA is in Southern Cal. It's in the South.
Al, stop using that terrible ass logic, nigga. That's like saying Seattle's in Southern Washington, nigga. That'll make it South, nigga. What's your point?
That's why I said that's all Southwest. Because they're not opposing.
California, Southwest.
Yes. California is Southern California.
Niggas.
I mean, LA is in Southern Cal.
What the fuck? Nigga, Boise is in Southern Idaho. Is that motherfucker in the South too? Like, what is your point? Like, something big in the southern part of
California runs the whole fucking U.S.
No, it don't.
California is wrong.
They got two states above California.
Question though, why isn't like all that other stuff considered South though? Is it the culture? Is that what you? That has to be a determining factor.
But their culture isn't like. So I think what people lump Southern culture is. They think of like country, but country. You can have country people anywhere. They got country people in Nebraska, right? That shit don't make it. They don't make it Southern, right? Because they got farms and cows and shit. That don't make it Southern. They're just country. So like country and thing.
No, it's the difference between rural and country. They're rural. They're not country.
Do you think he's saying country and South would be synonymous
with Southern,
with rural?
No, countries. He's trying to say country is synonymous with rural, but I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say country is synonymous with like
culture.
I'm saying country is synonymous with like farmland and fucking animals and shit.
That's geographic location versus culture. I'm talking about southern culture. The South got something to say,
okay,
as opposed to I live with 45 acres and I ain't got no neighbors.
Your culture not the same, right? You ever heard a nigga say, "Hey, you from South Carolina?" No, because they don't have a sound. They don't have a culture. They don't have a nothing.
What sound? They
just like a fucking thing. I go all the time. People like, "Hey, you from Louisiana, bro?" Or people, or my boy just called me the other day.
They don't say you sound from Louisiana. They say you sound like you're from New Orleans. They say New Orleans.
Yeah, they do. And have you ever heard somebody get Charleston? He ain't never heard somebody get
You're not gonna be able to understand y'all when y'all talk at the same time.
He ain't never said that. You ain't heard Geechee.
Whoa, hold on. Pardon me for a second.
It's not a place.
Pardon me for a second. Hey, sweetheart, the microphone over here if you want to get in. Otherwise, go in the bathroom, man.
I'm saying they don't have nothing. They don't have their own food. They don't have their own sound. They don't have their own look. They don't have shit. What's the South Carolina food? Nobody knows.
What do you mean?
They got a Louisiana food.
Nigga, your food is French. Nigga, you eat cognacs and shit or whatever.
What are you talking about?
Fried dough, right?
Whatever it is, it's Louisiana food, and it's literally the state most known for food. So whatever you're talking about is irrelevant.
So how about let's start with baseline shit. Let's start with baseline facts. 98% of the slaves that came to the United States came through Charleston, South Carolina. So we your daddy, baby. Just remember that.
First off, that's a lie.
Google it. No, Google it. Go to the African American Museum. You can Google that. All the black slaves came straight through Charleston. Then they went everywhere else.
Then
there was a freedom ride.
Not the ones related to me.
No, you can Google it.
Exactly. We gotta get some facts in here.
No, it's a very large portion.
A lot of them came through Richmond. I'll give you that. But the other 5%.
No, 5%. That nigga said 5%. The other 95%. Hey, look, man.
The overwhelming percentage of all the slaves came from Charleston, South Carolina. No, definitely not all.
But damn, maybe they should have left some culture with you niggas. Maybe they should have left some culture with y'all then when they was there.
Yeah, or maybe they came from Africa and they really just with us.
Hey, look.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, anybody, raise your hand if you took a vacation to South Carolina before. Nobody? Shut up, Al. You liar.
Myrtle Beach, Charleston.
I forgot about Myrtle Beach.
Anyway,
listen.
Nate, raise your hand if you've been to Louisiana more recently than you've been to South Carolina here.
2 people.
Yeah, we got some. Man. We got two over here. Hey, Jimmy, they got a couple people in the background don't want to answer. They been. You've been to Louisiana.
Buffalo, Jimmy.
You do that there,
hey, Joe.
Okay. Al from the Magnolia, goddamn it, he knows. That's a lie. But
hey, Joe, I got a question for Joe.
What's up?
I'm just asking, man. I'm just asking. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say you got this chick, right?
Okay.
No, I ain't got no questions. I ain't got no answers.
Okay. Now it's getting hot. Now it's getting hot. Now we turn the temperature up.
Yo.
Now we turn the temperature
One mic. Hypothetical. Okay. All right. You got this chick, right? Your man come home. He's gone for like 5 years, right? But she don't know you know him and vice versa. All right.
Okay.
That's clear.
All right.
So boom, he see you with her. And he said, yo, B, remember the chick I used to tell you used to top me all crazy? That's her. Right? You've been kicking it with her for 3 years. That's your main chick.
Right.
Right? But he let you know, right? Because he's supposed to. Okay. Hey, bro, remember the chick I used to tell you about used to top me all crazy? That's her right there.
All right.
You keeping her?
Depending on where we at.
Oh my God.
Depending on where we at.
Al, fix me some wine.
I mean, depending on where we at. Like, I can't be in control of shit that happened before I was there. Like, that's a hard pill to swallow, though. I ain't gonna lie, it's a hard pill to swallow. I don't know if I can swallow it, but it's a hard. I'm just gonna be a Jesus, come to Jesus moment. I don't know.
You gotta figure everybody had a damn history before you. You just don't want to know the history.
That's terrible logic.
You just don't want to know the history.
Well, so hold on. We're gonna make it around. So what's your answer, Joe? You keeping her? Well, you've been with her 3 years.
I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a tough pill to swallow.
So what you saying?
The answer is I don't know.
Ooh, 3 years though. That's a long time. You
that's
didn't invest
a long time.
Hold on.
If it's 3 years and I ain't married it yet, then something else ain't wrong anyway.
But you know how it go though. You know what I'm saying? You know
something else ain't wrong.
I gotta give you a substantive 3. Like if I say 6 months,
you're gonna be like,
yeah, I'll be done with it. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What you say? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough pill to swallow.
All right.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Like you don't dig into the past a lot of times, but you gotta like one of the rules gotta be like, yo, have you fucked with my close people?
She ain't know because he been gone.
Oh shit.
He was in prison. That's what I mean. He came home.
Nah, yeah, that's tough.
He was gone for 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
And you talk, yo, bro, I got this chick. You might never see, you don't even say the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So hold on. Let's fucking put a little more in.
Mm-hmm.
In that 3 years, you done got married. Now what you do?
That's too late.
Let's see. Yeah, that's
you can't break her. You ain't
that's why
divorced.
that's why I like the question as it stands. Because married, you got a whole rack of shit you got to do to get out of that.
Yeah, but I mean, like a lot of times, especially, well, I don't know. He made a valid point. If 3 years you ain't married yet, but you with somebody that long, a lot of times you trekking down that path, so you might not have damn made the damn sign the papers.
You might be engaged. It's in your head.
The emotional investment is there. You know what I mean? Like that's tough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I would say for me, his man was in the wrong for even telling him that. If I see my partner in love with a chick and I smashed her before, I'm gonna keep that to myself, bro. It ain't even worth me telling him. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you've been dating a chick for 3 years, I'm not gonna tell you that's 10 years ago.
All right, hold on.
Like, that's a waste.
So you
of my
saying
time.
your man's? You not gonna tell him?
Nah, it's not worth it, bro. Like, I smashed a girl 10 years ago, nigga. Like, for what, bro? You in love? Like, do y'all think y'all on the path to success, man? Go.
But when does that stop though? Like, what if they had just been kicking it for a week? You know what I mean? I guess you saying he ain't mad at love then. But like, when is that time frame?
So when's the time frame? I would say it's some. Yeah, but once they get to the point, like if they're in a relationship, like they boyfriend girlfriend,
now you just making trouble, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
I mean, I appreciate a nigga telling me though. I think that's a stand up. But, ooh, boy,
I don't know if it's, I
I couldn't tell him, right? Is that what you saying? Nigga locked up, man. You couldn't tell him.
Hey man, y'all in a relationship and y'all happy, bro. The fact that I smashed 10 years ago don't mean nothing, man. Like you continue doing y'all thing. I keep that to myself.
We all got good taste.
I just keep it to myself, man. It ain't worth me sharing.
So, but nah. Hold on. But you put yourself in the nigga's shoes that smash. I'm asking you.
If I was in the other shoes, if it was my girl, you know what you don't know can't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So if my boy don't tell me, me and my girl's gonna keep moving forward. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna feel no kind of way.
Now, no, but he told you. Listen,
the best man.
If
man ass question.
If he tells me.
So you messing with her? The hyper. Listen, yo, ow. There's another.
So if he tells me, you know what I'm saying, I'm probably just gonna. If it's been 3 years, man, I'm probably just gonna try to overlook. I ain't gonna even. I'm gonna try to overlook.
What if it wasn't that he just talked off? What if he was like, "Yo, me and my people"?
Well, first off, that's childish.
Yo, y'all building up. Listen.
I'm just curious.
Listen. Just answer the question.
So hold on. First off, now you being childish. Like, ain't no point in you telling me about every detail of your sexual exploitation, right? If you start trying to be all graphical about what you did with my woman, then yeah, I'm gonna have a problem with my woman.
No, I'm saying, would you say,
like, oh, we went out sometime?
Would you say don't even say that either? If you was like, man, she used to be out in these.
Well, that's what he said. So listen to the hypothetical. He said, yo, she used to specifically the top. That's what she was for.
I don't need the specifics of what you.
So he letting you know that's his jump off. He's telling you, hey, remember the girl I used to tell you about? You see what I'm saying?
Everybody that's had a jump off was married. Every jump off I know was married. So what?
So you gonna be the nigga?
Yeah, but I don't mean
that
like
married a jump off.
I'm happy for them.
No.
We jumped off some chicks that's married to the great women.
No, so
I
what
jumped off some
what I'm
chicks
saying
that
is,
are excellent.
Listen,
that a dude would be lucky to have.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that's your. So
nothing.
you saying that you could be that dude potentially, and you fine with that?
I'm saying I don't know all the details of what my woman did before me, and I don't necessarily need to know. And it's some.
But you're not ignorant in this hypothetical.
Yeah,
yo.
Huh?
Oh, but you said
I don't want to be in the conversation. Get this nigga up.
I guess what you saying is he done told you the cat's out of the
Yeah, so the hypothetical is he told you, cause stand up niggas will tell you like, hey, bro, look.
Is that stand up?
Yeah, hell yeah, cause he was telling you about it before. He like, yo, I gotta let you know that's your man. Like you picked him up from jail and all that.
All right, got you. All right, so I mean, if I find out, bro, you know, as long as there ain't nothing extra wild that makes me think she's a different person than what I thought she was. So there's some things that I think right now that my woman just wouldn't do. And a train might be one of those things. Yeah. So maybe if he was like, yo, we ran a train on her, then I might like, oh, it's a different person than I thought she was.
Now you look at it.
He was like, yo, I met her when I was dating, we smashed. Like,
no, I didn't see. I told y'all. The microphone. Mike.
I don't want to hear details.
Listen. Here's the hypothetical.
Okay.
He went to prison.
Okay.
Right? You found this chick, you dating her.
Yes.
It's 3 years later, he come home.
For sure.
He said he see you with her, right? Yeah. He don't say nothing.
Right.
When it's just you and him, he say, yo, bro, remember the chick I used to tell you about that used to top me off? That was my jump. Yeah. That's her. Are you staying?
You know, I don't know if oral sex is like a I gotta think about it. I don't know how to answer for that. I feel like oral sex. I don't know. Oral sex ain't like a killer. Like oral sex to me.
Well, he was fucking her, but I'm just come on, man. Y'all try to dress it up.
They probably ate the pussy too. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably exchange oral sex. Like oral sex ain't the same as getting a train ran.
I guess that's why I said the whole train thing. That makes it a little different, right?
Because the train, I'm like, oh, you a different.
But that makes it.
Exactly.
But you know what y'all doing? Y'all making it too easy to answer the question. Y'all saying, well, if it's a train, then yeah. But I'm saying, but here's what changes it. Does body count matter? Quick answer. Yes. That agreed.
Yes.
Right. Now, what if she got two bodies? Right. Let's say your chick, Joe, a chick that you dealing with, not your chick. Your chick got two bodies her whole life. But two of those bodies in this room. Do you see what I'm so y'all gotta stop this shit? So but this your man. That's what I'm saying. In the hypothetical, this is no, but what I'm saying is this your man's though. And he wanted the body she had.
Damn, son. And she only got two dudes. Now she a lot.
But I'm saying the hypothetical matches that where that's your man. You see what I'm saying?
But
so
she didn't know it was your man when she smashed him.
No, she didn't. Yeah. But he was treating her like he was treating her.
Yeah, I mean, damn, bro, it's a tough one, man. I should say she had more respect for herself. The thing is, what makes it awkward? Nah, it's hard. I would say the thing that makes it complicated is it's hard to look at the niggas that your woman hit.
That's the problem.
So it's cool if you know she hit some niggas, but I ain't never got to see them. It doesn't really matter to me. But if I got to chill with the niggas every week and like now y'all at the table and sitting across from each other,
no,
you know what I'm
niggas is
saying?
gonna have discussions just like this.
Like,
and you know what they gonna be saying? Yo, son. Yo, how about this? You still hanging with your man if you do stay with her?
Yeah. Huh?
They sit at the table with a seat.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Like we all in the room. Niggas over here like, you know, that shit's awkward. That shit's awkward.
Especially if everybody else except you. That's you, right?
That shit awkward.
But the thing is,
more to the story, get you some out of town women.
now what if? All right, third part of this hypothetical. What if she see you that you know the dude and she come out and tell you?
If wait, say that again.
So like she see you like with homeboy.
She like, hey, I want
just like he saw and he told you, and then she like, hey,
ooh,
and she like, yo, babe, I ain't know that was your man, obviously, and you true believer.
I would. Ooh, I'm gonna say honestly, in that situation, just hearing it, I probably would be willing to go forward with it because I'm gonna respect her honesty. I don't need all the extra details. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. Let me be naive and think that it was just like some, you know, whatever. And we just gonna move forward with my with me being naive, and I might be willing to go forward, and I probably would respect her honesty. And move forward, yeah, because I feel like you know, honesty matters. You know what I'm saying? If she would have lied about it, then you know she a liar.
So that's another trait.
Now we got another problem. Yeah, so that's another worst trait.
Yo,
now she a freak and a liar.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Al, can you pass me one of them beers? That's all you good for. Fucker.
The problem gets around again is like you sitting around with your peoples and you having these talks and shit.
Yeah, like we talking.
Yeah, and then it's like this awkward thing again.
But also,
you better not speak on this shit.
That's not
certain subject. If he talk, you think he talk about her.
Yeah.
Hold up, that's not your man's. If he gonna try to talk about his past experiences with your lady. Yeah, that's not really your man's. If he gonna talk about his past experiences with your lady.
Tell you first, I'm gonna be mad. Depending on who I do longer.
So you mad whoever tells second?
Whoever tells me second.
But no, I'm saying
you're not my man if you over here making any windows about my woman.
But
and I'm gonna slap you.
If he brings up, but what I'm saying is he's like, yo, I used to smash this chick in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker better not be talking about my woman. Or my woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He ain't even.
He can't talk about nothing.
He can't talk. He just excommunicated for that fucking conversation.
Yeah, he can't talk about shit.
That's all.
Every time he,
you gonna be like,
oh, you talking about my bitch?
Yeah, like mine.
What you mean?
Exactly. Around less. Yeah, that's what I say. He just excommunicated from all the conversations.
Cause he be like, "Did she do that to me?"
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one, man. Look,
that's interesting.
More to the story: find you a decent woman to get married right away. You find you a decent woman to get married. Stop playing around in these streets, nigga.
You ask body count?
Oh, I have and would and will continue. Yeah, sure. Because you know people say like I wouldn't, but I feel like body count tell you a lot about a person. You know, people act like it don't tell you nothing about it, but I feel like it tell you what type of person you're dealing with.
Yep, and then they ask you your body count. You truthful?
I give them my best guess.
Yeah.
I
think for men it's easier for us.
5. Like I give my best guess. Shit.
Yeah, it's easier for us to say.
But I will respect it. You know, at the end of the day, a woman has the right to say, you know what, that number too high for me, bro. I don't want to fuck with you, and I respect
but
that.
The risk,
I'm just not a guy for her.
But the risk and the judgment is less likely, though.
But that's their responsibility, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying we don't fear it because we don't get judged for bodies.
We don't get judged as much, right? For sure. But there are some women who probably would judge and be like, I don't want that type of glue to my life.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, though, I think body count does tell you a lot about a person's personality. It tells you like about how they interact with people, what they think is acceptable, what they I don't know. That's why I said my best guess, nigga. I said my best guess, but yeah, it just tells you like about how.
Yeah, that's what.
How do you judge if you know your own body count? Well, so I can recognize I ain't shit, and I can also recognize I don't want a woman who's not shit.
And I'm not a.
We're getting accustomed to societal norms, I guess. It's okay for a dude to have a high body count.
Yeah, I'm not a girl.
First, I don't have to want any qualities that I have in my woman. I can want whatever qualities I want in my woman. I don't have to be like, well, that's her. The quality she look for is up to her. The qualities I look for are up to me. So I don't have to be like, oh, well, shit, I did this, so I gotta accept a woman that does that. No, I don't. I can want any qualities I want in my woman.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let me ask y'all a question where you might have to actually know some shit.
Okay.
I just want to say y'all answers have been subpar so far.
Fuck you, nigga.
Y'all been ducking shit. Joe been ducking shit. Huh?
You didn't answer your own question.
It's my question.
I know, but you got to answer. The host always got to answer.
You don't want to answer, Joe.
So
what you doing?
I'm out.
I'm out.
Fuck out of here, bro. Put him in a fucking bathroom.
Look, bro. All I'm gonna do is show you the video of us one time.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna show you the video one time, and I'm gonna dead it.
Fuck that.
That ain't your real friend. He show you the video.
Yeah. That ain't your friend at all.
He show the video. He not your real friend.
That nigga be sick.
Bro, this the chick I was talking about right here on the video. Like, oh, nigga. Now you got it. Now we got to did it. If I see the video, we got to did it. No, throw the whole girl away.
So look, we was having a little conversation earlier. So I want to officially ask the question for the people. Could we have Martin without Malcolm? Do they need each other to be successful?
They need each other.
Go ahead.
They need each other.
Why is that?
Well, because change isn't going to happen a lot of times.
Hey, bring the mic up a little bit.
Change isn't going to happen a lot of times, especially when you're getting oppressed without, somebody pushing against that, like slave revolts, things like that. And Malcolm X wasn't playing it. So you got to have that physical type of side or be able to take it to that space. But you always got to have a diplomatic side, right?
You?
So if you don't have the power to overthrow somebody, you got to end up being diplomatic at some point, right? And so you got to do it that way. So if you can't make somebody do what you want to do by brute force, you got to say, well, I'm willing to use the force. Hold on. I'm willing to use the force to at least make you listen and let you know that this ain't going to happen, right? We're going to cause problems. And then you got to get some diplomatic stuff to go ahead to push it through. That's my opinion on it.
Has any my follow-up question to you though? Has any group of people ever overthrown another group of people by diplomacy in the history of mankind? You can go back to the beginning of mankind as you know it. Has any group of people in power ever been overthrown by diplomacy?
No, but countries gain their independence by force and diplomacy. So throughout the history, that's normally what happens. If there's a larger forceful country, it's normally by some aggression and diplomacy that they end up gaining rights or independence. You're not going to overthrow anybody if you can't outmatch them physically.
Okay.
Mutually assured destruction is the number one way to have diplomacy. That's why we ain't launched.
Break down the mutually assured destruction.
We have nuclear weapons and other countries have nuclear weapons and don't nobody want to fire them because everybody's gonna die.
For sure.
So now instead of shooting those off, let's have a talk about it because we could hit the buttons or we could talk about it. Right. Because hitting the button means everybody gone.
But then what happens when countries like, let's say Britain or let's say France even was, they had they were occupying Haiti, is the revolts. France could have came down there and like squashed all of it if they wanted to dedicate it all the time and resources to it. But they was like, yo, this is really annoying to me right now. And I got, lack of better words, I hate to say it like this, but I don't want to expend the resources into that. So then once it got to that point, then the diplomacy takes over and then they're like, okay, you get your independence type deal, right? Like nobody that's been oppressed that I know of that is outmatched physically has overthrown somebody that is much more outmatched than them without some form of diplomacy.
No, you can have a military strategy where you can have fewer numbers and you can still win.
You outside.
That's absolutely happened in history.
The Revolutionary War is a great idea. I mean, a great example. The U.S. was outmatched against Britain, right? Britain had way more power. U.S. changed the warfare, did some guerrilla warfare type stuff, right? And it really started being a thorn in Britain's ass, right? And then Britain was kind of like, you know what? I don't know if this is worth it anymore, right? And then diplomacy kicks in, right? And then America gains
that's not diplomacy.
It wasn't all just brute force that the Revolutionary War was won by.
I see what you're saying.
I agree with that.
Because if Britain would have won their whole Armada over in full force, they would have squashed all of that shit.
So like somebody has to concede at a point somewhere, right?
I mean, it's a cost. I think Al left, but a cost benefit analysis. How much money am I going to invest in squashing this versus how much money
the game
would it be to just be like, fuck them niggas, I'm good.
And it's the aggression that makes you do that cost benefit analysis. If it wasn't for that, you'll be like, no, I'm not. If you just walked in diplomacy from
so it's not diplomacy though. So the aggression, like your fear of losing your life made you fold, nigga. Not the fucking diplomacy. The fear that I might walk up in your shit and I'm willing to die about it made you fold. We can't negotiate. If I wasn't willing to die about it, you ain't negotiate.
But the people in power ain't dying about it. Think about it. They don't send senators to war. They didn't say
it don't matter. It don't matter. But whoever
the king's looking at the coffers. God damn, I keep fucking sending another $100,000 for this goddamn boat.
Yeah.
Another $100,000 for this boat. God damn, all these people keep dying. I'm not.
People that's willing to die about it gonna always win.
Yeah. I agree with that. No, that's not. I agree with that statement. I do agree with that.
Always win.
But what I'm saying is the people that's willing to die aren't necessarily doing the fight. That's what I'm trying to say.
But the thing about it is,
but they got to be willing to sacrifice. They got to be willing to sacrifice their pawns.
But what ends up happening is the people that are willing to die gets the attention of the person in power, and then they sit down and start talking. Like another recent example of it. Not saying I agree with them niggas. Taliban, right? The Taliban was doing all of this shit, right? And at the end, peace talks, right? Negotiations with the U.S. Get out of it, and we'll do this, we'll do that, right? They were willing to die about the shit also, right? But they understood that they weren't going to be able to get anything they wanted if the U.S. was still there because the U.S. overmatched them by so much.
Wait. We didn't get out of there. We got out of there because, I guess it was a little bit of diplomacy. But they was fucking playing your ass because then the second you got out, they took over.
But it was still diplomacy that got it.
That's bullshit. So at the end of the day, man, look, he with the nigga with the sword gonna win. You know what I'm saying? All this fucking.
But my sword is bigger than yours.
It don't matter, bro. Sometimes the brain can outpower the muscle.
Both people got swords though.
Yeah, but that's cool. Then not a brain. The brain wins though. The smarter man wins. You know what I'm saying? Cool.
Well, no,
that's not diplomacy. No, it's not. That's not diplomacy. No, but we still got to be willing. We still got to swing the sword. So anyway, the question was, could we have Martin without Malcolm? And my thought is,
or vice versa.
Could we have? It said, I'm reading it. It said, could we have Martin without Malcolm, or vice versa? I feel like Martin set us back. You know what I'm saying? Because white people can always point to this like non-violent, non-aggressive way of thinking. They was like, well, what would Martin do right now? Every time you get ready to revolt and overthrow their ass, they be like, what would Martin do? And they're like, stay your ass peaceful, and you go follow the shit. At the end of the day, that's not how you win, bro. You win by being fucking aggressive. You gotta go take what you want. And so I feel like I don't know if we necessarily needed Martin. We probably needed two more Malcolms, and we might be where we want to be.
So let me ask you this: if we all stood up right now, no,
we might. Yeah, that's not true. They're gonna fold at some point. They're not built for this.
And bombs, nigga.
That's cool. But when their sister died, then they might think differently. Like, bro, he who have the most. So if you look at historical battles, the battle hasn't always been won by the person with the most people, right? Like the person with smaller numbers can win a battle. It's called strategical defenses and things like that. Like, so just because they got more of them or they got more than us, don't mean they gotta win.
Well, we don't have the weapons.
You gotta be smart, nigga.
We talked about building Negro Town. That's what you need to do, but I'll talk about that another day.
But then that's also our fault too for not having the weapons. Like, why don't we have the weapons? Why don't no African countries have a nuclear bomb? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was smart. Go build one so you can hold some power.
Because what they do is they take your diplomacy away, they take your economic ties away, so you ain't got no money on purpose. They do that to everybody. They meaning the powers that be, whatever powers those may be.
Hey man, you know, I feel like some people are comfortable making like a little bit of progress every year, and I guess that make them feel happy. And you know, maybe 2,000 years from now, we'll be halfway decent.
It got to be a middle ground though, because there's some people that's either all or nothing, and all doesn't always come instantaneously.
Fuck it, let's go for it. Let's die about it, nigga. Shit, let's just go to war and fucking die about it. And either it's gonna be our way or the highway. If it ain't our way, then we ain't gotta be here no more. Like let's just fucking die about it. Like why the fuck you like what the fuck you want to sit around and live in this bullshit for? Like to be a secondary citizen. Go fucking die about it. I need 4 more niggas to go ready to die about it with me. Niggas ready to go. Like and that's what the thing. They use your fear of death, you know, against you. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have that same fear of death. Right? When you cross them, say about it. When they cross you, they want you to be a little bit, hey bro, be careful now. You know what I'm saying? What will Martin do? When you cross them, they're going all the way. Like fuck it, nigga, let's go. Either we're gonna get our shit or we not. If we don't get our shit, we won't even need to be here. Let's go. That's what I'm saying.
So if you had to choose, you going with Martin or Malcolm?
It's not even a question, man. That's not even a question for me. I'm going with Malcolm. I feel like Martin did us a disservice, and white people use him against black people all the time.
I gotta say, I'm gonna go with Malcolm too. But all I
can't go with Malcolm.
The point is that you're gonna need to do the diplomacy at some point.
But we don't.
Okay.
If we in power, we ain't gotta do no diplomacy. We're gonna do dictating.
I think the point is you fight, right? They concede and say, okay, what are your terms? That's where the diplomacy comes in. No. Or you just gonna keep fighting until they all dead?
We're gonna fight. We're gonna get the power. Then we dictating. Yeah, those exist. Those exist. We're gonna fight. Then we're gonna dictate the terms.
I will also say, I don't think I could have been this person. So like I couldn't be Martin Luther King out there, you know, getting dogs sicked on them, get stuff thrown at them, stuff like that, right? But on the flip side of it, like brave dude to do it, but visions of that.
Brave about letting somebody beat your ass.
Visions of that, right, is also what made them also start changing their mindset. Right. Hold down. Right. So we wouldn't be here where we are right now without either one of those two people. Both of them contribute.
Where are we at?
Oh shit.
Nowhere.
Okay.
Niggas sit on here complaining about the same shit they were complaining about 60 years ago. Talking about we wouldn't be where we at right now. You ain't nowhere. You're in the same spot you were 60 years ago.
I wasn't, because I wasn't.
Well, none of us was here 60 years ago because we young, but black people as a whole, we were in the same spot we were 60 years ago. So, but you wouldn't poverty. You wouldn't have 25% of black kids in full family households. You wouldn't have the economic wage gap that you have. What you wouldn't have, because all this shit is shit. So what would be better? What would be different?
So we should just fucking go hang ourselves.
I'm just saying, you act like we wouldn't be here. Where is here? Here is some shit.
So, have black people progressed since the 1960s?
No. No, and more no. So that's the thing.
This will be Joe's last time on the podcast.
You get around a couple educated niggas who got a nice house and got a nice car, drive BMWs and shit. They're like, yeah, bro, we made it. We didn't progress. But at the end of the day, we haven't progressed. And then the day, over 25% of African Americans live in poverty. Poverty is fucking less than poor. That's dirt poor, right? You can't be fucking progressing when over 25% of African Americans live in poverty. Home ownership is at an all-time low. The wealth gap is at an all-time fucking disparity. Fucking black families, black kids are born in worse than it's ever been. Like, where you progressing it? Because a couple of niggas got a job.
Well, motherfuckers ain't hanging on trees.
There you go.
Also, hold on, all of that's not true, Corey.
Which one ain't true? Which one wasn't true?
Okay, well,
I'm not the which one.
Okay. Relax.
My bad.
Damn.
I'm aggressive. Hey, I'm aggressive, nigga. I told you.
In the 60s.
Yeah, which one?
60% of employed black women work as domestic service. In 2022, 60% of black women hold white collar jobs.
I didn't quote that stat, so I'm not sure what you said.
I'm quoting it. So
the stats
women are working.
So the stats I point out was black home ownership.
I'm talking about progression. All I'm talking about.
Wait. So you said that
we haven't progressed.
Okay.
We have not progressed.
All right. So you found one stat to support.
Hold on. So question on that. Do you think that women work?
I'm not about to go to that road.
Hold on.
That's not a road.
No, because you open the door. You open the door.
I'm not going.
Do you think that?
I have no question. I know.
So I'm gonna ask if you plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. I already know you going.
Are you saying that women working is progression?
Yes, I do think so.
Okay.
In the states, they used to didn't have the rights to work or the rights to vote. Stuff like that, so that is a progression,
and then
they're getting the basic rights, but it is a progression.
Yeah.
Joe,
do you think it's a progression if the family? Hold on, Corey. God damn it,
my bad. Passe Jack, fucking whatever you show host, nigga.
Now, is it progression if our families have regressed and lapsed and fallen apart?
I think the definition is what is progression. What is your definition of progression?
Well, yeah, maybe we need to define that. But the families have fallen.
Yeah,
for sure. That's one of the stats I pointed.
So I'm just wondering, is our women working? Because they have to now. Let's be honest. Has that helped us or as a culture? And of course, we're not saying relegate women to the kitchen, but when they were, and we were able to take care of everything before inflation and all that, we're doing at that point. You know what I mean?
We had a lot more black families, male with male in the household families.
Yeah.
But now, I get it, right? The black statistic is way out of proportion versus the white on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would bet that home ownership in America is down from the 60s than it is now.
Well, it's not.
You saying overall?
Overall. No, we got a.
I don't know the number on that, so I don't know the number on that, so I can't.
I mean, a larger disparity.
But home ownership. So we know home ownership is the primary way to wealth building in this country, and if black home ownership is lower now than it was 60 years ago, that's a problem.
It's not lower, by the way.
Oh, it's absolutely.
It's not lower, but it's not progressed. Because the number of black people have grown, right?
Percentage wise, let's go percentage wise.
There's not a percent increase or decrease.
So it's the same percentage.
It's literally exactly the same.
Home ownership?
I'm literally looking. The only thing that has progressed, the other thing that's happened. So we had women working, and we had the number of black folks with college degrees has increased sixfold.
College degree don't mean nothing no more. So that has increased.
Education has increased.
Ooh,
so they can't
education has increased.
No.
I'm looking at the stats. I'm not just making up shit.
Well, it depends on how you define education. If you define
college degrees,
yeah, do we also have more dropouts? To counteract the college degrees. So we got more black college dropouts. But I'm talking about more high school dropout.
I think
college
a better argument that you can make is that we have more student loan and more in debt.
No,
because black people are more in debt and student loans than anybody.
We have the education numbers overall, and that's where we get lost, right? We see we focus on the people at the top. The people at the bottom are doing worse than they've been doing, right? And that's just the fact. Like the poverty numbers are stupid high. But there's no reason 1 out of every 4 black people should be in poverty. Because poverty is below poor, nigga. Poverty is like dirt poor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's like
I guess that's one of the things I was trying to say earlier is that.
But education changes that. That's my point.
But that.
Well, you said according to you, then education has it changed it? Because you say we got more black, you got more black people with degrees, but we also still have more black people in poverty. So education hasn't changed.
We don't have more black people. Again, you're saying the word more, right? If
percentage wise,
we
can only do percentages.
The percentage change is 0.2 for these things. I'm literally looking at it. I'm not just making up shit.
Well, is it more though?
It's not more. It's not more. It's literally less. If I wanted to say
out of here,
if I wanted to say it's 0.2 less, I'd have said less. I said it's equal because I'm gonna give you a standard deviation. So I'm saying it's the same.
We need a statistician here to drop stats on this damn board.
I'm not saying you're wrong. My point was I wasn't trying to say you're wrong.
Even if it was the same, we're talking 60 years. We talking 60 years, bro. If it's the same, you ain't fucking progressed.
I agree with
Even
that.
if it's a 0.2 plus or minus, you ain't progressed.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with that.
So I'm gonna take your stat.
I agree with that. But what I'm
that ain't progression.
The only thing I said we've increased is education and women working.
Babies out of wedlock. Babies
we got all
babies being
but,
aborted.
I mean, you got all of that shit. So if you look at the stats between 68 and 80, everything was booming, and then crack came, and that's what so like if you look at actually when we actually got civil rights, shit boomed.
What about feminism?
For 14 years, and then it didn't boom.
What about feminism?
Yeah. But
because that's kind of right there with Reaganomics.
The same time, So they kind of happy. Yeah.
So Joe,
I will say to make because I know it's going to cause a lot of things, but if you hear me out on this one, women working right leads to a higher divorce rate. Yeah. Right. And this is why I say that though, right?
Women working leads to a higher divorce. Okay.
Yeah, because women now have shit on their own. And they don't have to put up with your bullshit.
That's a fact.
So they ride out.
That's a terrible.
But it is, right?
You're like
if you think about,
they got to put up with the bullshit I was giving them before because they got their own way.
Yeah, the stories that you hear, like your grandmother say about, or your granddaddy, or your uncle and aunts when they was back in the day, like the crazy shit that dudes used to do, and the women just had to put up with it because they didn't have any other options. But now they got options, so they'll douche you out. They won't just sit by quietly and listen to the bullshit.
That's a fact. But so in general though, fellas, if we talking about the last 60 years, like if we talking about like minute percentages increase, like 0.02% increases or differential, those are statistical irrelevancies. Like, so it's safe to say that we have not progressed. But do you have some more stats, Joe?
Poverty rate has gone down, actually.
What's the poverty rate now?
The poverty rate was 34.7%. In 2018, it was 21.8%, with a negative 12.9% decrease. Poverty rates went down. Now it went down from 10.10% for white people to 8.8%. So the white people had negative 1.2%. So we've had a 12% decrease.
Joe uses a white man's Google. Please don't.
Actually, this is not even. This is.
Please don't.
Is that blackdemographic.com?
Yeah, no, not black. No, not black. It's BT. But I don't know if that's.
Nah, you can.
That's all about white people.
Blackdemographic.com is more.
So
viable.
Corey, your point about home ownership: 41.1%, 41.2% in 50 years.
Yeah, that don't sound like progress.
That's one. So I agree.
Yeah, that don't sound like progress.
But you said less.
Wait. First, that don't sound, again, home ownership is the number one way that wealth is built in the United States. That don't sound like progress. I don't give a shit what them numbers is. That don't sound like progress.
Living a lot longer. So mortality rate was 34.9%. Now it's 11%. So that's 67% difference.
I think medicine is better, but
I guess my thing too is that overall.
Wait. No. They are killing babies. Infant mortality is different than abortion.
Yeah.
But
what I guess what I'm saying is take for a minute, take race out of this. Right, these gaps have gotten larger from the 60s to now across the U.S. Right, so we're affected in there too. If you put it, but if you take race in general,
just say people, Just say people,
just people. The wealth gap in America.
Why does
wait, the wealth gap can't get better for people now. The white people wealth gap, white people wealth is increasing
between people.
White people's wealth is increasing, black people's wealth is decreasing.
No. Between the majority of people, the top percentage that owns it.
Let's talk about race though. Let's talk about race though. White people's wealth has increased, black people's wealth has decreased.
Yeah. But
we have money.
But we also have billionaire black people too.
Again, two outliers don't change nothing.
So the white people outlier doesn't change anything.
Why does it
on total? That's why I'm going on total.
So why does it
white people right now on total, their wealth has increased, ours has decreased. The average black person has a negative net wealth right now in the United States.
But
a negative net wealth.
Yes, that is true. But,
all right.
But the difference is the earning power. Our earning power.
How are we talking? So let me tell you what this conversation boiled down to. A lot of people are satisfied with just getting like we're satisfied with change. They don't want to win. I want to win, and that's where my perspectives come from. I want to win. So all of my goals is about winning. I don't want to get a little bit better than I was last year. I want to win. You know, so all my strategies, all the shit I talk about is about winning. And you know, and people have different, you know, perspectives on that. Some people just want to get a little bit better than they were last year. I want to win.
And we're not winning.
I don't want to lose by 35 because I lost by 40 last year. I want to win.
But what does that mean? Like,
I want to win.
That's lip service.
No.
Win? What? Give me it's not measurable if it's not a number. What is winning? If you made 100,000 this year, what are you gonna make next year?
No, that's money's relative to inflation.
I'm asking what is winning?
What is winning? So winning is being on top. So cool. All right, I can tell you. So when they talk about home ownership rates, winning is being number one. Winning is black people being first, not 21st. You know what I'm saying? Winning is when they talk about percentage of our community in poverty. Winning is being first, not 11th. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what winning is.
So you don't want you say you don't want the incremental. You want to win.
I want to win.
Okay, hold on. What's the time frame for your winning?
I only got one life, bro. I don't have the next life to.
So I'm saying, like, if we did it in 30 years, would that be considered a win?
No, I want to experience
so
winning.
Want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm all in.
Let me ask y'all.
That's not a smart goal. It's not realistic. You're not fucking.
Let me ask y'all a question. Yeah,
we got to get it.
Yeah, y'all got to get out of here. I just want to ask y'all one last question.
5 minutes.
Yeah, is the streets meaner before or now? Because we're talking about progress. Think the streets was meaner back in the day or now?
So I would say in general, right, like white people used to do some wild shit to black people for no reason back then. They still do it every now and again, but the numbers are way down. You ain't just gonna split somebody's head on TV, like hundreds of people head on TV, and people gonna say, "Oh well, you know, police was just doing their job." Now, it still happens. We got George Floyd.
More repercussion.
Yeah. But in general, I would say, yeah, you feel generally safe when you're walking out. You know what I mean? Today, generally. Like, we all know that when the blue lights get behind us, we all get that little heartbeat or something like that, right? Because we know some shit can pop off wrong, but in general.
What about from our
people? If you whistle at a white woman, you ain't getting stronger.
You ain't getting stronger.
What about from your people, though?
Yeah.
Are you safer from your people today than you were?
I would say no.
Great question.
I would say no. I would say no.
Yeah, that's the question. I should have rephrased.
Okay. No, but I also think that the crack epidemic played a huge part in that.
That was 20 years ago, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's worse in the time of Alpo, Richport, and Rayford Edmonds, or now with Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook?
Say that again.
So is it worse in the times of Rayford Edmonds, Alpo, and Rich Porter, and Frankie, or is it worse now in the times of TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook?
I think people didn't know back. I don't have a great answer for your question, but I think people
they can't hear you, bro.
I think people didn't know. They found a fast way to make money, but they didn't know the effects of what crack was doing. Like for real.
But I'm
like,
just saying the streets being mean, though.
So you attribute most of our current situation to crack?
Not all of it, no.
The streets, though. The streets.
But I mean, we're talking. Yeah, he was talking particularly the hood, and I'm talking.
I don't feel like anything that's going on in the hood right now is necessarily a result of the crack epidemic. I think we've glorified street life. Like people think of being real as being street. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like, oh, that's a real nigga. Like somehow that means he was a street nigga. He participated in street activities. You know what I'm saying? Like we glorify criminality.
Was that not an artifact of that though?
Exactly.
Crackers?
Because the crack dealers, the hood dealers became the rappers that niggas look up to. Like if you look up to,
I want that car.
I want to get that car.
I want to get that money.
Exactly. But you
idolize.
They idolized pimps before that.
You know what I'm saying? So we idolized cars before they had crack. You know what I'm saying? In the 70s, we idolized niggas with fancy cars. They didn't have no crack.
But violence was another thing.
All right, so
the level of violence came to a different peak during crack. And I mean, it was a huge jump between how it was in the 60s or something during the crack era and post the crack era.
Every nigga loves Godfather. Every nigga loves Scarface, and that shit don't got no crack in it.
But it's
got crime in it. It's got money.
We can still have
coke.
Cocaine, but it wasn't cooked crack.
Yeah, we can still have.
That's not our problem, though, right? I don't feel like that's where we.
Well, let me ask you this: are some of our problems right now, built or from slavery?
Shit, no.
Ooh.
No.
Well,
none of them.
Another day for this because that's a long conversation.
That's
a long conversation.
You know,
that's a good question.
People
land ownership during slavery.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about like the way we act. Yeah, I wasn't talking about.
No.
Financially, obviously, fuck
right.
So
what I'm saying is,
financially, of course, tons of our problems.
The reason I said that is because there's things that can happen a while ago and still have ongoing, reverberations.
So financially, industrially, like they created some things that we have yet to reverse, and those obviously create problems for us in today's time. But I think from a mentality standpoint, the problems that we face now, the way that we act now, the way that we treat our people now, that shit don't have nothing to do with slavery. That shit has more to do with like how the things that we've glorified in this day.
So this is what I think what happened, right? Mm-hmm. Is you had the crack and the drug epidemic part, right? A lot of people end up like, oh man, I can actually wash my money if I'm a rapper, right? So then they start rapping, right? Turn into that, glorifying it, and then people, right? Your top execs and stuff's like, oh shit, they making money. We'll pay them to continue to glorify that shit, right? And that's what's happened.
Quick question.
But I still say it was born out of that era.
So you can rap, but you don't have to rap about. You can rap about anything, right? You don't have to rap about fucking killing people. You don't have to rap about negativity. You can rap about positivity. So just because you chose to rap,
but the gangsters did it. The gangsters are what made it popular, and then the people started funding that money.
So, but then I feel like they owe it to the people to not rap about that shit.
Yeah, that's a whole nother combo.
It is. But
they owe it to the people that, like at this point in time. So I grew up.
Sign off.
All right, that's for next week, man.
Listen, man. Impromptu off the cuff. I wanted to test this new equipment. I think the fellas did a fine job. You know what I mean? Listen, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We out.